Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is FPL Elma, and we're going to be going through my Game Week 25 team selection. But before I get into that, I'd like to thank you all guys for the support on the channel. I know it's been a while since I posted a long video format, but the support has still been unreal on the short content, especially here on TikTok, Instagram, and of course to all you guys who usually watch the YouTube shorts. The support has been unreal. I'd like to thank you all guys for the support. And as we push for 1,000 subscribers, make sure you drop a sub if you're new around here, and also make sure you leave a like on the video. It really helps out the channel. And without wasting any much time, let's get straight into it. So for game week 24, we managed to score 81 points, giving me a small green arrow from 216,167,000. I know the last time I made a video, I was around the 1 million mark. Yeah, I've been making progress, and now I'm 167,000 and hoping to get into the top 50k before the end of the season. We were so close to top 50k, but I fell down very hard, and so I hope that I can be able to get in there again. So in goal had Ariola. We had Turner instead, who scored 0 points. He's fallen out of favour at Nottingham Forest, and so Ariola came into the squad, conceded 6 goals against Arsenal, but managed to salvage it with some save points. And you had Gabriel, who scored a goal, clean sheet, 12 points for him. Van Hecke, 1 point in there. They were so close to a clean sheet, but they conceded late on. Then we had Trent there, 4 points, an assist, but was subbed off at halftime, which was really disappointing. Then we had Saka there with 15 points, 2 goals, I think, and some bonus points. Cole Palmer with 2 assists and 2 bonus points. Richarlison, 6 points, did not score, not assist. I think he got an assist, 6 points for him. Then we had Foden with 3 points, Watkins 2 points. Haaland was my captain, 26 points, and Darwin Núñez who got a goal, 6 points there. Then we had Turner on the bench, 0 points. Gehi on the bench as well, 0 points. Livramento 1 point. To this day, I do not know why Dan Burn starts over Livramento, and I hope that Eddie Howe is going. I hope that that's going to cost Eddie Howe his job, because that is a disgrace to start Dan Burn over Livramento. Then we had Gordon, who we were told is going to be out for a long period of time, but hey, he recovered, and he was able to make the team. 2 points from him as well. I'm glad that I did not sell him, because game week 26 is going to be a very tricky game week. So that's the team, game week 81 points. Hope that for game week 20, double game week 25, we can be able to improve on that and get more points and push towards that top 50k. So now we can move to my transfer thoughts. It's going to be a different one. We have 2 transfer thoughts. Of course, I'm recording this before the press conference, so it's going to be, I don't know what's going to happen during the press conference, but I decided just to record it and hope for the best in the pressers. So we have the first transfer thought I'm thinking about is Trent to Bradley. Of course, we're going to get early team news, whether Trent is going to start, because he was subbed off at halftime in their previous fixture. And of course, Bradley had some personal issues, so we don't know if he is going to be available for the Brentford Luton game. So the early team news is going to be a little bit interesting. So I'm thinking of going from Trent to Bradley. If Trent is confirmed to start and Bradley is going to start. You remember when Bradley had that cameo, not a cameo, he had a start in one of the fixtures. I managed to get 2 assists. I don't know if he kept a clean sheet, but 2 assists. He picked up the maximum bonus points, got 17 points. Then there's an unfortunate stuff in his family, and he didn't play the next fixture. So I hope that he's going to be back for that Brentford and Luton game, and we're going to see if maybe I'm going to bring him in. But the only slight concern is the game with 26 blank. I'm not so sure if I'm going to have enough players for game 26, and of course on game 27 Trent might be back as well, so that's going to something to consider whether I want to bring on Bradley for one game week punt, but while that one game week is 2 games, it's going to be interesting to see what's going to plan out. Instead of Bradley, the other player I will most likely bring in is to maybe bring in Reguilon. But the problem with Reguilon is if you look at their fixture chart, I think they have one of the worst upcoming fixtures. They have a double Liverpool City, but the key thing is that they play in game week 26, and Rico Henry is still far away from coming back. So that spot for the left back will be nailed on for Reguilon for some time. And that's very interesting as well to see whether Reguilon is going to be a viable option. But I'm not keen with the fixtures that are coming up. Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Arsenal in their next 5. That's also a very strange run of fixtures, so I'm not so keen on him, but he's also a very viable option just to cover the game week 26 instead of going for a Liverpool player who don't play on game week 26. And then the other option is just go from Trent to someone with no double game week, someone like Maguire from United, or maybe like someone like from just one of the different teams, but I've singled out Maguire because 4.2 million cheap. Lisandro Martinez is out injured. Lindelof is just come back from injury. And I think Ten Hag has gone for the Maguire Varane combination. So why not just take a punt on Maguire at 4.2 million? With the fixtures in their next 5, Luton, Fulham, Everton and Sheffield in their next 5. And of course they play on game week 26 and they don't have a double game week in game week 25. So that's something I could do just to make sure that I have a player for game week 26. And I think this is a very good move. I'm not opposed to it. Just the problem is that United don't double this week, and that's something many people are going to be having out of double game week players. Maybe I should also get myself someone who has a double game week. And those are the transfers I'm thinking about at the moment. And of course, there's a chance of bringing a City defender. The problem with Man City defenders, they don't know who's going to start. Most of them played in the Champions League, so you don't know who's going to start in the Premier League. But I heard that Guardiola is out for a while, so you don't know what's going to happen. Maybe one of the Man City players is going to be nailed on, like Ake, who has sorted a lot of run of games, so that might be also a viable option. But for now, these are the players I'm thinking of. Bradley, Reguilon. Just go for someone like Maguire who don't have a double game week and cover the game week 26 blank game week. So the conundrum with this transfer option is that if I do one of the above transfers, I can be able to afford Jota, but I'll have to sell Richarlison to Jota, and the same issue is the game week 26 blank game week, but it's for both of them. But I'm not so sure it's going to be an issue because I think I'll have the right bench to be able to focus on the midfielders. The defenders is where the problem is at. So you see, I can afford so if I do the transfers above, as I've mentioned, Bradley, Reguilon or Maguire transfer, I can be able to go from Richarlison to Jota. I think is a very good transfer. Jota has been on form, and we don't know if Salah is going to be back for game week 25, but that's also something to consider if he's going to be back. But for now, this is the transfer I'm thinking about, from Richarlison to Jota. And then the transfer consideration 2 or B, whatever you like to call it, is just to make a straight swap from Richarlison to Luis Diaz. No -4, no hits, just Richarlison to Diaz, and leave it at that and hope that Trent is going to start. If he doesn't start, at least you're going to have Livramento on the bench who can come on, and hope that Livramento is going to start. Maybe he's going to give us 1 point, which is better than the 0 point that Trent might give us. So that's something I'm also considering. I'm leaning towards option B, but let me know in the comments which option is better, option A or option B. I'm leaning towards option B at the moment, but we're going to see what's going to happen in the next upcoming hours before the deadline. So now we're going to go to my team selection with the option B in mind. So in goal, you're going to be having Ardiola in there against Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest have not been playing really well, but the likes of Elanga and Odoi are back. Although Odoi went off injured in the last fixture, with the likes of Elanga coming back, it's going to be interesting to see if West Ham are going to be able to keep a clean sheet, especially after they were just destroyed 6-0 against Arsenal. If they're going to be able to bounce back and really is going to make some save points and maybe save a penalty, pick some clean sheet points in there as well. Then you had Van Heke against Sheffield. Brighton are a little bit inconsistent. They conceded 4 against Luton the other day. So now they're going to be playing Sheffield, who are buzzing from beating Luton as well. So it's going to be interesting. They haven't kept a clean sheet in a while, so this is going to be the day they're going to keep a clean sheet against Sheffield. Then you have Gabriel against Burnley. Burnley have conceded 9 corners for 9 set pieces or corners, and then Arsenal have scored 11 set pieces or corners this season. So it's going to be interesting to see what Gabriel can be able to do. Maybe a hat-trick of headers this week. I really appreciate that. Then we have Trent against Brentford and Luton. I hope that he's going to be able to maybe start 30 minutes against Brentford and 60 minutes against Luton, and how that's going to be able to perform. So that's the defense. Let's move on to the midfielders. So for the midfielders, they're going to be going for Foden in there. Foden has played 8 straight games, so there's a slight concern that he's going to miss one of the fixtures against Chelsea or Brentford, because they still have to play a final against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup. That's going to be interesting to see whether he's going to play both of the games, but I hope he's going to start both of the games. He's been playing really well, played well in the Champions League, played well in the previous fixtures, scored a hat-trick against Brentford. So he's been on fine form. Hope that he's going to be able to perform against Chelsea and Brentford. Both fixtures are at home. I think it's a very good pair of fixtures for them. Then you have Saka against Burnley. He was very, very good against West Ham. So I hope that he's going to be able to carry that form against Burnley, who have been really struggling in the league. Then you have Diaz there against Brentford and Luton. Also going to start both of the games, but we still don't know if Salah is going to be back. If Salah is going to be back, it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be benched between their front four, because they have a lot of players. They have Diaz, they have Nunez, they have Gakpo, they have Salah if he's going to be fit. They have Jota in there, so they have Nunez, of course. So they have a lot of players in those 4 attacking options. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen in that fixture. But I'm going to be going for Diaz in there. Then you have Gordon against Bournemouth. Gordon has not been performing really well, picking up a lot of injuries, being subbed off early. So I hope that against against Bournemouth, is going to be able to perform and bring in some points in there. And then we can finish off the team with the forward positions. We're going to be having Haaland, who's going to be most likely going to be triple captain. So because both of their fixtures are at home, so I think they're going to be able to play really well and perform really well with the home crowd on their back. And Haaland, I hope that it's going to play both of the fixtures and is going to perform. Haaland is rarely given a rest unless he's back from injury. So I hope it's going to start both of the games, and it's going to be my triple captain this week. Then you have Nunez in there against Brentford and Luton. I thought that he's going to be able to perform, and that is going to start both of the fixtures. Then finishing off the team is going to be Oli Watkins, who performing really poorly, but I don't see there's any other forward who performs like him, as in who can come up with a goal anytime. And so that's why I've gone for Watkins in there against Fulham. I hope that they're going to be able to perform. Fulham have been high flying so far, and I hope that Aston Villa can be able to do something, and Watkins can be able to come out with a goal or 2. Then for the bench, you're going to be having Matt Turner against West Ham, who's fallen out with Nottingham Forest at the moment. So I think it's going to be time to move him on very soon. We'll see what's going to happen there. Then you have Cole Palmer against Man City away. So I think that's why he's on the bench. And that's going to stay on the bench. Then you have Livramento against Bournemouth. If Trent is not going to be starting, I hope that Livramento starts and able to comes into the team. Then we have Gay against Everton, who was the backup option, but he's also out with an injury. So time to think about how to move him on out from the team. Well, that's the team for game week 25, the double game week 25. Haaland triple captain. Hope we're going to be able to perform. Triple captain is always the biggest thing in FPL, and if it goes bad, it's going to ruin your whole season. So that's the team for game week 25. Hope it's going to perform better than the team for game week 24. And this is a long video. If you have managed to reach this far, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. And with that, I'd like to thank you all guys for watching, and I'll see you all guys later. Bye bye.